This is the Electric Vehicle and Heat Pump Application Portal webinar for bulk applications held on the 17th of March 2022. And today we would like to show you the progress that we've made in order to create a portal for you. Before we get into that, we want to show you a little context as to why we've done this. So if we take you back to 2019, government and industry were well on their way to mapping how we were going to achieve carbon neutrality and subsequently achieve net zero. As part of that mapping, Regen released industry figures to predict how many electric vehicle charging points and heat pumps we were likely to see installed onto our network. We knew straight away that we needed to work out how many of those installations would be onto our existing network, and as such, we established that in 2019, that same year, we could expect nearly 4,700 installations, which at the time was huge. We then established that by 2025, we could expect a huge increase of 145,000 installations, which was unimaginable. In reality, though, in 2019 and 2020, what we received was far higher than what had been predicted. So this got us thinking. As you may know, there are two ways in which you can apply for low carbon technology installations, EVs or heat pumps. You can use a Word document or a PDF when installing a single device into a single address on a single controller if it's a heat pump. This is common for both Connect and Notifies and Apply to Connects. You can also use a spreadsheet, which you use for your Apply to Connects and Connected Notifies. This time, however, you use this for either multiple devices or multiple properties, which should be within the same area. We do, however, receive this containing a magnitude of different addresses in different areas. So what have we done about this? We started with a soft launch where we created an online portal, which meant that you no longer had to complete the Word document and send it in via email and so on. This portal not only reduced the need for the ENA form, it's also reduced the risk of mistakes and typos leading to delays. It's prompted out-of-area installations, and it's given you an immediate outcome and sent all that important Connect and Notify confirmation information to you immediately. We also created this as a means of uploading your supporting documentation, and we even decided to remove the need to have an online account for those individual installations as well. We also needed to make sure that the installation address was correct every time. By using a data service, we enable you to use an address finder tool that's embedded within the portal. Though at your request, we made sure that you can still add this manually, as we know that nothing is perfect. We needed to make sure that the information we captured was clear and concise while still following the guidelines set by the ENA. This means that you will not be needing to submit any data that you wouldn't already be used to doing so on these forms, unless you want to, of course. By doing this, you can ensure that the details you submit are clear, typo-free with reduced errors by using our validation and multiple choice options. This is also a great way for you to add your supporting documents. Whilst submitting your heat pump, we will check the heat pump register for you. We communicate with this register and ensure that any outcome will have the consideration of that register. You will have seen on the ENA forms that they are requesting existing technologies on that site. Using a table, we have made sure this is easy to use, and where necessary, further details can be uploaded. For the single installation side of things, the main feature is advising the outcome before your application is submitted. So the tool will confirm if your installation is a connect to notify, an apply to connect, and in that case, if it's a load check or an increase in load. And it will also give you the opportunity to upload more additional documentation where this is needed. We have set up this portal for a number of reasons. Firstly, we understand the work that's required to achieve net zero, and we know that heat and transport is a huge factor of achieving this. We also know that installation numbers are only ever going to increase, and we recognise the struggle that we, as well as other DNOs, have had when processing these applications. We understand the resource required to complete and apply with these forms, and we know the necessity of efficiency. All of these reasons put together has created this portal. Basically, that's what this portal facilitates. So we want you to be able to notify or apply, obtain your outcome, receive a confirmation, and have your request fulfilled in a timely and efficient manner. When it comes to multiple applications, when you are notifying or applying for multiple technologies or multiple properties within an area, we know how long wait times can be. As well as other DNOs, we see a variety of sites and technologies on these spreadsheets, each of which needs splitting down into individual jobs when we're talking about apply to connects. We needed to build a way that this can be automated, not just for ourselves, but for you also. So how will we make this bulk application portal work? It really is quite simple and comes down to 3 easy steps. Step 1 is you download our template. Step 2 is you complete your spreadsheet. And step 3, you upload your spreadsheet, and that's it. So from here, you will receive your application reference and a link to track the status of your application. Occasionally, there may be errors on your spreadsheet that we can't easily fix. If this were to happen to you, you will be notified and prompted to view your applications and download only the incorrect data. While viewing your application, you can see and download the problematic data in question. And once rectified, simply hit the OK button where you'll be taken to re-upload and process the amendments as a new application. You might wonder why we've done it this way, and it's quite simply because we don't want to disregard those installations that are correct. We realise that there might just be 1 or 2 lines that are incorrect, and by pulling out the data that needs changing, we can continue with all those other installations that are correct. So we don't unnecessarily delay the process. When it comes to tracking your applications, it isn't just multiple applications that you can track, and you can do this in several different ways. You can search by your organization to show all the applications that your entire organization has applied for, or just the ones that you personally have applied for. And you can also search by application type to show only load increases, only load checks, and so on. That's it from us today, and we hope this has been informative. If you've got any feedback, please contact us at connectionsfeedback@sse.com.